Okay there, greetings. Oh, my head is large today. Hi there. My name is Jarek, I'm the Archon Studio CEO. Welcome to our bi-weekly AMA, where I'm going to be answer your questions and give you some nice updates about the projects. We've got some new stuff to show you. I have something for a wargaming. For the Heroes wargame. I have some arts for Heroes expansion board game. Excuse me. And as always, there's tons of questions we have to go through. This week was crazy, by the way, right? So it was extremely busy week with some good meetings happening behind the scenes with several licenses and such, so maybe there's something in the pipeline. I'm gonna be quite happy about it if that happens. But anyway, so let's go through one of the biggest questions. I think you keep asking about this. So as you may know, due to absolutely crazy situation in the world at the moment, we couldn't ship those parcels to Israel home free. However, my team and the shipping team and accounting team, they found a solution. So please expect the parcels to be shipped within 2 weeks. Shipped within 2 weeks. Because we have to take those parcels out from Green Logistics. So in a nutshell, the Green Logistics is unable to ship to Israel because they've been using FedEx or something. We have to find, we did find other solution to that. And it's gonna go through the postal service, and they're still fully operational and they're still shipping to Israel, and then the Israel National Post, I believe, or the company who does that will be shipping to you. So sorry for that issue. This is something which wasn't kind of expected. It was like a bombshell to us. I mean, we've been just informed like that from Green Logistics is not happening. So we needed to find a solution by ourselves. So please give us 2 weeks. So those parcels needs to be taken away from Green Logistics. They need to arrive here to our warehouse, and then from our warehouse they're going to be shipped out to you. That's only for the Israel, right? There's also issue with shipping to Ukraine, but the solution is quite similar. So if you still waiting for the parcel, if you're based in Ukraine, we work on we have the same solution, so this will be also out within a couple of weeks. So thank you for your patience, by the way, right? I know this it's not political channel whatsoever, but what's happening on the globe at the moment is not promising. Let's hope that everybody finally will chill out and I don't know. Okay, let's move on to those questions. Maybe let's move on to business stuff. Let's have a look. So the question was, can you confirm whether there been an issue with the neoprene mats, game mats? Yes, and also for the books. I think the same question is about the books. We basically ran out of them. It is it's part of warehousing issue and problem, and we just waited for and still waiting for a delivery of neoprene mats to come to us, because they've been made externally. Same for the books. So we shipped out to the pledges without mats or without a books, and they're gonna be shipped additionally to you. So stay tuned on that one. So, but it's not many. I think it's only I think it was 80 books only, something like that, which we didn't have it on site here. So the in a nutshell, the pledge manager was a little bit better than we expected initially. So as it is with ordering something, you have to order with the bulk, and we order it with additional, I don't know, 200, 300 copies, and it was still not enough. So tough. Tough basically on us, because we're gonna have to now reship that stuff to you. Yep. Oh, this is part of this. The question is, hey, I know this is off topic, but I run a store in the UK, and I want to know when I can buy directly from you. We are still actively, and this is one of the questions we have on our agenda today. I think this is the first question we had it here. So, by the way, what we're going to be talking about today is these projects and some stuff about the heroes. But I'm answering your question, and it's combined with update on the potential UK hub. It's more complicated than we thought at the beginning. The accounting still trying to sort out because we have two conflicting regulations opinions about it, how to do it, and it's so confusing, all this Brexit bullshit, and around it, everything around it is just making it really, really complicated. I know the team was this week having a meeting with the accounting in the UK just to have some understanding about it, how to do it, and what paperwork is needed. As I mentioned, we have two conflicting opinions, so I don't know. Yeah, but I'm really hoping. I mean, it is crazy situation because every day we're not dealing or selling products in the UK, or we're not having solution to this hub. We're losing money basically, right? So sells. So I would say just give us a couple of weeks more, and maybe within a few weeks we should finally have everything sorted out. And once this is sorted out, we will move on with the things. By the way, what's funny is that it's much easier for US-based companies to have branch or deal the business with the UK than actually EU with the UK. So I think this whole Brexit was actually really, really bad, badly structured, at least badly structured for the both sides. Okay, but anyway, that's my comment on political comment, let's say. But in general, we are really actively working on that one. I was hoping to have this one within 1 month, and it's been already 2 months, and we're still dealing with. Good evening. Good evening. What's the status of Deus Slayer shipment? I do have those numbers. I think 106 parcels left, which majority of those parcels are the ones which hasn't, the problematic ones, which means we have to make VAT return for UK, right? So those things, which tend to go slowly, because we have to process the payment before. We have to process the payment and have a proof of payment in our accounting in order to ship the parcels out. Those kind of parcels, and those ones which goes abroad in some crazy places when we have to find the right shipping partner to deal with that. Just to give you some understanding, if we ship to Brazil, for instance, we need to make sure that it's going to be shipped not with those normal companies, because like FedEx and something like that, because they're not only going to charge like $100 or $200 for shipping more than they say they would. But on top of that, if the parcels won't reach the person, they will send it back and charge us again. And on top of the normal shipment, they will charge us for the income, for the taxes. I know we had like one parcels going to Serbia, and that was for, well, several parcels going to Serbia. So nowadays we're contacting those backers from Serbia just to make sure they will collect the parcel. But the person refused to pay import taxes, and the parcels came back to us. You know how much money we needed to pay? Almost €800 to receive the parcel back. Because they charge us for shipping one way, second way, and they charge us the VAT, which I don't know why they charge us all those additional costs. So we opened the ticket with FedEx and we said, no, look, we cannot basically pay that. So what we did, at least for the problematic countries, we slowed down. We shipped the email saying, well, we sent the email saying, look, this is coming to you. Are you going to be accepting all the costs on your side? Because that's what it is. And if the backers say yes, then this will be the moment when we're going to release the parcel. Okay. So any changes for any chance for pre-painted in Master of the Universe? Yes. The only one thing I'm considering at the moment is the terrain. Not the miniatures. I don't want to take the risk of doing miniatures at the moment because it's about the capacity. I don't want to overload the painting team. I hope not. I hope everything will calm down. I mean, I got my own theory about that one. I mean, everything which leads to war is the failure of the politicians, and they should be first liners. They should be the first to fight. If they fail discussion, if they fail political solution, they should be the first one in line. Instead of shooting rockets or bombing, you know, neighbors. Who would have thought, you know, 21st bloody century, you know, come on. We've been there 100 years ago and 80 years ago. Oh, that's a good question. Any comments on the quality assurance issues with the missing miniatures, tokens, etc.? I don't, as well as the missing cards of wrong translation mixed. I don't know. I'm not quite sure about the missing cards. I know about one translation which was in Polish, which basically where Basilisk wasn't translated. But to be honest with you, I don't think it's that big issue, and you have to take it in another way. We will fix this one for any type of retail. That's for sure. It's gonna call normally, but your card's gonna be special, right? They're gonna be kind of special cards that nobody else is going to have it. So it's got a different value to have those things. In terms of normal quality assurance issues, I haven't seen that much. We track the numbers. We always track the numbers just to make sure we're not going above any type of 2%. But this project, and especially Home 3, is really, really little. I think it's below even 1% of any quality issues. So I'm quite happy. I'm really quite happy. It's actually much better than our internal, which is shocking. This means our internal shipping, so anything which is going out of our factory, especially the products we make, like plastic injection products and such, we have to improve on the quality assurance. So yeah, I'm happy with at the moment. Obviously, there is no such a thing like you're not gonna get any quality issues. I mean, it's not gonna happen. Let's face it, right? There's an industry standard, and industry for the manufacturing standard. Most of the cases is 2%. I'm a little bit not happy whenever I see damaged parcel, because we did so much to actually protect those precious games, but it always happens, and I really don't know what next we have to do. We're probably gonna have to send like in a wooden crate in order to make sure it's not gonna get any damage. But I've seen some damage, and for those of you who received the home, if you open the box, you know exactly how much we actually protected. You have a carton board within the carton box, the carton corners, and then plastic corners. So how the hell they managed to damage this one during shipping, I don't know. They needed to be dropped like from, I don't know, 3 stores or 4 stores. But they shipping companies, they bloody hell don't know. First of all, we are missing a beautiful face. Funny. Thanks. Secondly, I received my Deus Lair pledge and I have questions. Oh my god, when you hit GW quality or maybe higher? I missed the memo, I guess. A huge congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. GW is the masters. They are the masters. They're extremely good. And I keep saying the same. It's about the sculpting models, the way how the models are sculpted. And we, in terms of processing, in terms of doing CNC and doing tooling, we are better. We are better because we are much faster than Games Workshop. Games Workshop is got I know that from fact because we know each other. We know people who used to work. Don't get me wrong. Used to work in GW, and they did told us a little bit about the process and comparing to our process, obviously. And they said we are much faster in tool making. But in terms of quality, the final quality of the product, it is many things is down to sculpting, and they masters. They know exactly how to sculpt models for plastic injection. So we, as a company, for many years used to run like resin manufacturing. So we know exactly what to do for the resin to make those models, resin models, perfect. But not so much yet for, well, we know a lot, but not 100% there yet in pair with GW in terms of sculpting models for plastic injection. And that's the true secret. That's the true secret of the GW models. Should I contact you when in Germany still don't get the pledge? Which pledge would be? If this is the Deus Lair, give it a couple of days. If you don't know, if you're not gonna get notification, please send us an email. There might be something wrong with your pledge. Check your pledge, by the way. Check if it's paid or not paid, or it may be something in there. Thank you for your comment. I finally got my big box, Heroes 3, and I want to you to know that this is the amazing thing. Is amazing and huge. You have done an incredible job. I mean, this is down to team, really down to team. My part of the job was actually on that project, and you know, being totally honest, was pushing the guys, make sure the game is good. The game is good. I mean, doing all the checks, surveys, make sure this, make sure that. Okay, the rulebook is not the best, because I did mention this one a few times already in the previous lives, that we needed to not rush the project, but if we decided to go with another passes of technical writing on over the book, the projects would be delayed for another 6 months. So you wouldn't be enjoying your game, and you do enjoy your game at the moment, so it's not that, you know, crazy whatsoever. And then also it was the first version. It is the first version of the game anyway, so maybe down the line in 3 years time we're gonna release like second version, then we're gonna get the book again on the plate. But yeah, if you're interested, maybe at some point I will be telling you more about how the process was actually going for that, because it's really complicated. I thought this is easy, but it's not really easy. So the question here is how long it is actually respawn time if any problem with miss packing is sent to you by the request formula on your website. More than 2 weeks? Shouldn't be. Obviously, during the peak shipping, as it is now, you know, we shipped out like 16,000 parcels, and even 1% of problems, there is 1% of problems. The other thing is, we don't know. That's honest, totally honest, my answer. We don't know when exactly we're gonna be shipping all those replacements. Not all those replacements, at least the miniatures replacement, because we have to receive them from abroad, from China. Right, that's only one thing. But in terms of any other our projects, like those there, for instance, there shouldn't be much problem. You should get the answer straight away, and the product basically straight away. Okay. Is there a chance to buy Hum 3 big box only? Because I have Azure Pledge, and now I think big box would be a good addition. Maybe at some point. Just stay tuned at the moment. I'm not going to spill the beans, but yeah. Oh, that's a good question. Have you already? This is actually linked with the previous one. So we're kind of leaning towards the crowdfunding, go with the 3 expansion crowdfunding, because we have the capacity to do that. Previously, I was a little bit worried that other projects would be taking too much time, as we had like so many projects on our plate. There is still one huge project in I call it like a, well, never mind. There is a project which I planned for this year, which meant to be probably the biggest projects for our company, but probably is going to be pushed for the next year, which means we found this capacity to make all 3 expansions at the same time instead of doing like in a section. So we might be going into crowdfunding again. So going back to the previous question, maybe if you're going to go back to the crowdfunding, you'll be able to get the big box. Yeah, so if that happens, probably a little bit faster than end of the 2024, probably third quarter of 2024. Well, today I received the parts. The packaging is not of the very high quality, made of the soft cardboard and a lot of damage. Fortunately, the box itself did not receive serious damage. So I think if you reverse this one, so my box came to me and had no damage. This means the box did the job, right? That's how I would read this one. At the end of the day, the whole purpose is actually to make sure there's no damage. If you say there was completely damage and you know, I'm saying it did the job, right? Because your product is not damaged. I got my big box with the big box behemoth card. Yes, there was sneaky peek, small sneaky peek for the big box. I wanted to do something else. I wanted to have this card. It was kind of my idea, which I just wanted to have something for you, and I wanted to have actually been fully hidden, like add additional layer to the box of like art on the bottom, and then underneath that art. But then, you know, I kind of realized you would have to kind of damage or, you know, somehow destroy the, peel off the, what's the name, the art to get into that card. So we change our mind, and you have this card on the bottom of your shelf. So we have to remove everything to actually get into it. I have a question about the promo cards from Percon, from Home 3. No, they're not included, and they won't be included at the moment. They were just special cards designed for these events. I think one of them was if you gave blood away during the Percon, you could get those cards. So it adds some purpose there. Yeah, like Jakub just answered the question. And that should be on our page soon. The new page will be up. I don't know when, but it will be up. I don't know when. The plan was target was last December. Well, actually last November. Now we are in April. Probably beginning of May. The new page will be up and running. So we'll update the page with, you know, everything. So assembly instructions, and as well as the rules. Yeah, we're gonna be feeding you with info, so please make sure that units are sized appropriately in the upcoming expansions before the expansions are released. We'll show you graphics with unit size as before. Big love, as always. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna be feeding through that during lives. Should I answer this? Okay, yeah, you have answer here from Jakub. Let's leave it for good announcement. Okay. Any hope for the factory or forge expansion down the road? Yeah, we have this new building. The final paperwork was submitted this week. There's some things we needed adding into those paperwork, so it's gonna take probably another couple of weeks. But it's the last step before we can move in to get that permit. Once we have that permit, we will move the at least half of this factory into the half of the engineering staff, basically, because this building we are currently located is overcrowded. There's 60 people here or 70 people here. Is too many basically for us. And the most important, the summer is coming and it's gonna be extremely hot in here. So no, I don't want to be in the condition. Well, not on myself. People don't want to work in the conditions like that. We work with you know, extremely hot PCs, computers, and everything else. So they have to run quite strong in order to actually do all the engineering work. So we have like 6 or 7 aircon here, but they're not doing good enough. So that's one of the reasons why we need to push people to the new building. The whole new place was deployed to get AC installed. I mean, really, AC here, it's great during summer, because winter, because we don't have to spend that much money on the heating, because all the PCs, everything is running. But on the summertime, no, it's just. The other thing is the roof here, or the ceiling here, is very low. This one, it's literally, I can actually grab it. So not supposed to be that. So it's supposed to be at least 1 meter taller. Then the air circulation will be much better. That's the other problem. Okay, let's have a look on here. What we have here. Do you know if the card stock used in the home is recyclable? Yeah, it is. It is. I think everything is. It's a paper. Shouldn't be any problem. Any chance Prisma cast painted Sorcerer's Tower or Scale and Nails Tavern? Yes. That is something which we're gonna have next in the retailer release. I think the next one is something the terrain with Paizo, but also the big thing will be released pre-painted. Will you notify when shipment of wave 1 is complete? Asking as if for some reason someone didn't get his pledge. Right, we will notify you once this is all done. I mean, we're very close to finishing wave 1. I'll go through the numbers just in a second, but very close to the finishing wave 1. Those shipping status. Almost end. How is the cave progression? Any more Prismacast schemes to show? Actually, not Prismacast, because I've got terrain here to show you. 3 sets of terrain I've got here to show you. But that's what I'm gonna do. Just not in normal plastic, but then the rest of the stuff we're gonna be, well, the pre-painted one we're gonna be working starting from next week. Okay, notice that there were some Deus Lab pledges. That didn't you get the books because of the stock issues? Yes. So this is the question about the books, and as I mentioned, the books will come later. It will be shipped to you. Any future plans, any expansions will be Kickstarter also straight to retail. I think this is for the heroes, right? So we're still really considering the Game Found, maybe? Game Found is great, actually. Much better. Much better than Kickstarter nowadays. Kickstarter just became a platform which is a few good years behind the Game Found now, especially with all the features, and especially for the backers features like installment payments, for instance, right? So those things which I really like. So heroes, quickly on the heroes, on the shipping, we have shipped 18,707 parcels. That number is actually larger today. This is data from yesterday, actually from 2 days ago. So this should be 1,000 more, so roughly it's 19,000 parcels, almost 20,000 parcels, 26,000 parcels in total. But that's including second wave, right, as well. So this is the first wave and portion here in second wave. Once we reach the first wave, we will notify you just to make sure that you can then check whether you get a shipping or it will a tracking number or any info from Green Logistics. That's the thing. So really a lot of parcels shipped in the last couple of weeks. So we're getting very close to the end, at least for the first wave. And what left is basically the other languages, which they going to arrive with us soon. Soon, this means a few months, right? You know the drill. Couple more arts. We did a few more arts for Conflux, Phoenix, or spelling for Phoenix, and Luna. So this is what I wanted to show you. Also, we start some work on more art. So we do have orbs, tomes of magic, and several different graphics for orbs. So as you can see, it's quite advanced. Obviously, what I'm showing you right now, all these arts being fully approved. So we do have other things which is not yet approved or is in the process of being approved. So I am unable to show you those things. Let me go back to questions. Okay, that's great. That's great to know. Probably yes. If we're gonna do anything, and if we're going to do anything crowdfunding, it will have some content of exclusive. It needs to have. It's basically part of it. And then, by the way, my team is tasked to work on the kind of live support for this game for the future releases. What we can do, I would like to go back to those live supports. We used to do that for other board games, but now I think for the board we could do for the board games, like scenarios, like different type of map layouts, like different type of missions, and everything provided as a PDF. So give you like every month something and to play and enjoy in different scenarios. Okay, the same question here. So any chance for the Prismacast painted Grand Stronghold and Sorcerer's Towers? Yes, they will be. We will make them available also pre-painted. However, we have to, we cannot do it straight away, everything. So it will be released in waves. It is possible to provide a template for creating homebrew content, such as factory expansions or neutral units. This, as I mentioned about the live service, I think this is the very good idea because we would like to use community support on that one. I think Miha was mentioning this one. It would be great to run some kind of contests where the community actually design several different, new stuff like new units and such, and then we can combine everything. Well, not the new units, obviously they needs to be from the game, right? But then we can combine and provide this one as this live service for the game. Hey, finally. Hey, all the best. All the best. GameFound is so much better as a customer than Kickstarter. It is. It is. At the moment, I think the GameFound actually took majority of creators. That's what I see, at least in the spectrum of board games and such. I mean, it's great to have two competing companies, but GameFound is not trying even to compete. Well, other way around. Kickstarter is not trying to compete with GameFound at the moment. It just kind of remind me of Nokia. I don't know why. Okay. Even the third, yeah, well, stay tuned for more info. Yeah, that's the thing. This is what I mentioned at the beginning of the video about the Ukraine and Israel. The purchases for the Israel were stopped. The purchases for the Ukraine as well, because the FedEx didn't want to actually pick them up. So they coming to us, and for the Ukraine, we're gonna be shipping them from our own factory through National Post. So our National Post is shipping to Ukraine National Post, and then it will be distributed that way with the tracking number, obviously, as well. But we couldn't use any other company for some reason. At least that's what the Green Logistic is telling us. And yes, wave one should be and by the end of the month. I think it's going to be faster than the end of the month. Today is 18th. I think there's about 1,500 or 2,000 parcels still to be out from the wave one, and then we're going to move to wave two, which means we're a little bit ahead of schedule. But it's better to say end of the month, because obviously even if we ship parcel today, some of the parcels will arrive within a week or two time. So, and yeah. Okay, that's for the Jakub. Yeah, that's for the Jakub. Extremely good execution of the game. Congrats, Yet. Thank you very much. I'll pass this one to the team. Oh, thank you for notifying this. We will check that one. We will check that one. I don't know whether it was just for some period of time or something happened, but I did mention about the new page, and I think we just have to make this PDF available for everyone, because it's just causing a lot of issues. My team hasn't fixed this one. I'm not happy with that, because they meant to find some great solution and it will work, and they simply bullshit me. It's not working. I'm still seeing questions about the PDF, so. After receiving the address confirmation email, after how many days you should? This is really vary. This is vary from country to country. It might be 1 day. It might be 6-7 days. And you have answer here, but they have to bear in mind depending on the country. So the green logistic is good with what they do. It's because they kind of ship parcels by, I think, countries. They get better rates when they do it that way. Your website was updated yesterday. I can no longer get into my account. Which account? You mean store account? Great to know, because I know the new new page. They were doing something today. The guys were doing something with it today. Maybe we did some cuckoo. Yes, the store account. Try to get the password back. Password recovery. Okay. Oh yes, Heroes of Might and Magic battles. This is the this is what we planned for the war game, right? So we put this one together. We think the starter set should be Haven and Necropolis. That's the starter set for the war game. Bear in mind, yeah, that's for the war game. The type of the units. That's number of tools we have to design. Don't worry about it. This is the internal data. It's a snapshot from the projects, by the way, right? Project data. I just wanted to show you. Spruce amount, so how many spruce you will find in a massive box of your lovely miniatures, and then how many models will be there, and the total model counts. So 30, 40, 60, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, around about 100 miniatures you will find there. And then you're also going to find some pieces of terrain in a starter box. We're not quite sure whether what we want to add there. Either Tump, or either Woods, or Cemetery, right? And then first add-on faction, Sylvan, and that what you might found in the as add-on faction. So we plan for 3 factions, by the way. So if you don't have no questions about it at the moment, I'm gonna be moving to the next one. But you will find also a number of heroes. So it's a 1 tool here, and then we will see how many heroes we can fit on 1 tool. Ideally, I would like to have at least 3 heroes per faction for the starter box, and exactly the same for the expansion that will allow you to actually. You have 1 second. You say 2. Okay, 2. 2 should be enough per faction. Okay, so yeah, that's what it is for the wargaming. Yes, this would be like Warhammer armies. Yes, this would be like a Warhammer armies. What is very important here that you will find the miniatures in scale, so they should be much bigger. You will find them much bigger, at least for the dragons, at least for the griffins, and anything which should be basically scale correctly to the to the law. We couldn't do that for the board game, right? For the board game, we needed to make smaller. No. Will the art or conflicts and cover will be open for the suggestions changes? Absolutely not. I tell you right now this, why not? It's made by our artists, right? And that's it. And it's made by artists. They know exactly what they're doing, and unless it's somebody's artist, and when we send anything for the approval, you have the artist on the other side which also approve the arts, and that's it. If we start adding additional process of getting approved from from you guys, from community, we will never deliver this project, because as many people, there are gonna be tons of suggestions about changes, this or that, whatever. There's a nice graphic if you go and have a look on the suggestions to the Leonardo da Vinci art, and you will understand what I mean by that. So we need to trust that artist is going to do what our artist is going to do, what it's supposed to do. Can you estimate the price for the starters at this time? It's, I don't know, I would like to be within the range of $120 to maybe $150. We will see how much we can squeeze it, how much we can actually go down with the prices, and how many other components will be there. But the quality needs to be spot on. So that's the range. I mean, we're not Games Workshop, so we're not going to be charging a lot. We're not a huge corporation to charge a lot. Yeah, it would be round about that range. And this will be exclusive to the GameFound or Warhammer like Heroes board game. No, this will be only retail. Only retail. We're not planning to do any type of campaign, crowdfunding campaign for the battles. It will be only retail. Will the new Heroes 3 add-ons will be manufactured in China again? Unfortunately, at the moment, yes. Due to costs, due to everything around it. I mean, funny thing is, really, funny thing. We have tons of people, you know, contacting us from you know, board game industry here in Poland, and they think they can make miniatures in Poland for the board games. They think they can make, like, you know, affordable paper content in the size of the big boxes. I mean, it's not real. It's absolutely not real, especially for the IP products. I mean, for me, it's totally crazy thinking. I mean, if you use math really, and if you open the calculator, if you calculate all the costs you have associated with the product, selling the product, making, designing product under IP, especially the board game, and what left is your profit, and you still want to cut this profit to half because you want to make production in like Poland, with external companies, right, like in Poland, then no, you're gonna kill your company. Unless you have your own printing company, then maybe we'll be competing with, you know, cost as it is in China. But then you need to have like a workflow for the next projects to be put on once this project is finished. Otherwise, you are left with a massive factory and no projects to be, you know, to be done by people. So I don't know. Strange ideas. I'm hearing strange ideas from people who from here, from in Poland, who I thought they don't, you know, have this kind of crazy ideas. Yes, that's something which I did mention this as well, I believe. If not, I will say it now. As a company, we kind of became a strategic partner for Ubisoft, for Heroes, for anything Heroes. As such, the when we pitched this project to them, they said then maybe we can think about, you know, doing a little bit more than just normal canon. So yes. Okay. I see. I remember the community was heavily involved during development of the base game. Did that impact the release schedule? I think for the rules, for anything else, we're definitely going to take like a few passes through the community. For the rules, that's a different story, not for the arts. For the rules, yes, we have to take it through the community because, and we did that. We will play testing this game quite a lot. So it's good actually when you play the game, but you have to understand and know the rules. Okay. Deus Led. There was a question about the Deus Led. That's the snapshot from the GameFound. 106 parcels. It says paid, place and paid, and that what this needs to be shipped out. Still, that's about it. Some of them are being, as I mentioned, problematic. The ones which needs to go to UK and we have to do the tax return, the VAT returns and shut. Some of them just been closed in the last couple of weeks. So we're processing those parcels as well. Pending pledges 799, and that is what it shows here. So it shows here like 85 parcels, but we still have that. That is basically what people haven't closed their pledges, and they're probably not going to close the pledges. This is like $1 pledges. This is the you know, that project was run on a Kickstarter, so we allowed people to pledge for $1, and they were never we never convert them into backers. So 790 people, we're not going to be able to ship. And also that value here you can see is quite large. So maybe some of them are actually physical backers who never close the pledge manager. This happens all the time. I think it's around about 6 to 7% of backers who never close the pledges. They completely forget about it, or maybe they will come back in a couple of years time and then just realize, oh, by the way, I pledged for this one. Would you mind to ship to me and stuff? I mean, yeah. In most of the cases, we are able to solve those issues even after a couple of years. But some of the things we won't be able, like for this one, which we have to run in the, what's the name? in China, then we won't be able to fix it. So, but this is okay. So please, if you're part of 790, make sure that you go to your pledge manager, make sure you close it, and then we're going to be able to get your parcels prepared and shipped. Polish owners came in and knocking at the door, thinking they can cut costs since your offering is for you, and they wanted local. Will it be possible to ship from China via train only? The logistics via ship took extremely long time. Yes, the second wave we plan for second wave to be to arrive via China, which via train, which is around about 3 to 4 weeks, 3 weeks with customs. Cutting out those miniatures at the moment and recognize how awesome they are. Thank you. Yeah, they are. We are considering a lot for the wargame, and if wargame will arrive, it's gonna be 2025. 2025. If game found, then it's gonna be 2024. There's no need for us to move into 2025 with this project. We have other projects for 2025 at the moment, so probably gonna be 2024. Any questions about the Heroes Might and Magic 3 second wave production delivery? It is coming. We already told the numbers, well, a few weeks ago we told the numbers to the manufacturer. Now we're a little bit fighting with them to make sure the dates, they keep the dates. Ideally we wanted May, June, between May and June to be in our factory. And this is what it is about, you know, working with third-party manufacturers. They will tell you something and then they won't keep the dates. So since we don't know yet, we don't have a solid date of delivery. We will inform you, we'll let you know when exactly the second wave will happen, when it arrives, once we have the solid date from manufacturer. It's still very booked. I cannot even add my address to the new account. Oh, that's bad. Can you show an actual project timeline? Yes, not today, but I've got that planned for the next AMA. The next AMA will have all the projects for 2024 at least, and the beginning of 2025. Some of them I can actually say because they've been announced. Some of them which hasn't been announced, I will just, you know, say other stuff. But also, I will give you some info about what's happening with retail and what's going to retail, because our retail portfolio, is going to grow from, you know, 80 something positions to 160 positions this year, which means, yeah. No, we should have them literally, I don't know, Jakob will tell you, but I think it's about a week or two. At least that's what he told me on a Monday. We should have them in a week or two. They're gonna be sent to the Battleground. So the Battleground going on GameFound. Battleground is a game we have released a year and a half something ago. It's been constantly growing. That's great. We've been, you know, releasing to retail, but it was only locked to Europe. And now, because we got this license for global, especially for United States, we decided to go on a GameFound. And the pre-page is up. So if you go to the pre-page, we have 4,400 people already sign up for the project. Bear in mind, if you sign up for the projects, you're gonna get, if you follow the projects when it started, and if you back, you're gonna get the free miniature. And then we plan to start this one round about 14th of May on the GameFound. Yeah, so that's the timeline. That's the thing. In the next AMA, I will be showing you more stuff. We have a lot of things which we scoped and designed for it, and lots of things are actually approved. So I'm not gonna be doing this one at the moment. But I will do it next week to spike it up a little bit. Is the motor growing as you expected it? It was, but then he stopped for one release or two releases. It stopped, and then he's going back to the where he was. So he pick it up. One of the reasons is that the the tournaments. We need to actually work more on tournaments. We can see when if the game exists and is live, is doing very well. So it needs to actually have this full tournament support, which we do at the moment because we just restarted or started doing it properly. So we have to put more efforts into tournaments and support for the tournaments. And then, yeah, this game, I've absolutely loved this game. Absolutely love it. That's my thing. That's... Okay, now before the Battleground, I just want to move to the caves. The update for the caves was sent out yesterday. It was out today. With the survey, with the sculpting, with the some example of the pre-painting. The more example of the pre-painting will be available on the next update. So stay for that one. But, in terms of camera, what I want to show you, we've done this set. So, ritual site. Just want to show you the quality of it. This is how it looks. And that's how the set looks actually assembled. So that piece here, I did mention, stays in place, locked in place. That piece here is removable. It's got those 4 pins, or well, more pins. There's 6 pins. Obviously, it's a push-fit assembly, and once you place it where it's supposed to be placed, locked in, and doesn't go nowhere, right? So this is what it is. I just wanted to show you. Just close up. Jesus Christ! This camera is like, how am I supposed to? Yeah, there it is. Yeah. So that's one set. Sorry, that wasn't assembled properly anyway. So that's the second set which we done. I think it's not correctly assembled. I need to move those things, the tiles around it to connect them with those ones, but I wanted to show you this. I mean, the quality of that one is amazing. Let me just show you a few individual pieces. That's only samples, by the way, right? This is not final. We still have to check the tool whether everything goes as supposed to go, everything assemble, and bloody blah. But that's what we have. So I believe that's the sprue for it, right? That's the sprue for it. The mouth of the abyss, right? Take this one out of the way. And there is that. So that's another sprue. I don't have a sprue here. I don't have a sprue, but it works exactly the same way. Now in the next update, we're going to be showing you the way you can basically play with it and what you can assemble. It's the same principle. This one is slightly bigger. Right, this one is slightly bigger. It's actually combined out of 4 pieces. You have only one of them. When for the other one you have like for the other set you will have like more. Which when I say more, I mean 2 of those pieces, the middle pieces. Come on, lock it in. Supposed to log in nicely. Yeah, there is. Yep. So that's what it is. I can show you some individual tiles. There's, it's difficult to show you the quality. Tiling system, which once you assemble, you assemble. and reverse. So the next task is to make sure that we have them painted for you, and we can show you how the painted looks and the color scheme. So yeah. I also have this. That's another tool. So we actually make like 4 tools. This was the chamber of the chamber of agony. So you have 2 of these sets, by the way. So because you get 4 sprues, 2 sets made 1 piece, and then you can make another piece of that. So actually you get more pieces now than the that we said you're gonna get on the page. Yeah, I'm happy to show the quality as well. And this tool needs a little bit changes, as you can see here. That's the defect, and we have to correct the tool in order to actually make sure it's fully a cast. Okay, but in general, this is the that's the quality. Oh, by the way, there's 1 piece miniature there. No assembly required. Right. Okay, that will be the next one. That will be the next one to show you fully assembled. You have seen that one last week, haven't you? Yeah. Anything more to show you? No, that's it. That's it from the sprues. Hi Mike, by the way, thank you for your gifts. Thank you for gifts. Okay, let's go through questions. Yep, looks is ready. That's what I think as well. That's what it is. 15 and 16 June, second Spanish national tournament. That's for the Battleground. Three expansions. Alexandra, you can expect it. 3 expansions. Yep, me too. Me too. The sprues we received. I received sprues yesterday. So obviously, before we put in a Prisma cast, we need about a few days to make graphics and everything else. We did test and play test. We did some tests. The pre-painted, but they're not worth to show you because we still have to tweak them anyway. So I'm not going to be showing something which is not ready. Yep. Thanks for visiting us, by the way, at the Salute. Oh, Salute! We were on a trade show, by the way, Salute. So thank you, thank you for for visiting us on our stand. I wasn't there. I planned to go there. There was I wanted to go on Saturday, but I wasn't feeling very good, so I needed to stay here behind. Good, I stayed behind, by the way. So, but anyway, the team was there, and it was great. It was amazing, really amazing. So, from point of view of sales of everything else, was actually one of the biggest one. So that's good. Salute, I mean, yeah. So I wasn't expecting this. I think the Salute was on a decline. I think it's not. Personally, I think it's not. Maybe we were, maybe we see this one differently, but I think it's actually from the point of view of customers, from the point of view of a number of people who actually visiting our stand was actually great. For us, was great. Okay, so will you be at Gen Con this year? Yes, we will be at Gen Con this year, perhaps with a bigger booth. We wanted to have bigger booth last year, and even this year, but it doesn't work like that with Gen Con. They overcrowded kind of with the booths, and you get what they have. And you have to be extremely lucky if they, they not usually put anyone in the front of the line, so there's probably more people and companies waiting for the bigger booth. If we're not gonna get any bigger booth, we're still gonna be there. Not selling anything, just probably showing you new stuff and such. But yeah, I might be there. It all depends on the announcements. If we're gonna have the big announcements, I will be there personally just to answering questions. If not, my team will be there just to presenting the what we have available. Yeah. Yeah, and final reminder for the caves that June 25th is the is the pledge manager. By the way, this tool, it's apparently being done now, so I should have a sample, plastic sample for you to show you. Will you be able to do pre-painted minis going forward or just terrain? At the moment, due to number of sprues and volume of pre-painted terrain, we will only focus on the terrain. Maybe once we get the more capacity, free capacity, we can do some miniatures. Try at least to do some miniatures. So the heroes of some Might and Magic battles, heroes of Might and Magic battles will be on square bases. Will be on square bases. That's what it is. Square bases at the moment we play testing larger square bases, so you will put like 5 miniatures on the square base. You have to bear in mind this game needs to be lean, so the rules needs to be, well, let's say modern, comparing to anything out there which is like kind of oldish. So think more Kings of War in terms of, you know, in terms of bases. Yeah. Is there any chance there will be a mixed box version of all 3 expansions? I don't know. That's the good question, but this is question to my team, which they work on that one. So if I close my pledge, as soon as possible, will I get my package sooner than later? Or it doesn't matter for shipping? It does matter only for rapid shipping if you want to get stuff being shipped to you, but it doesn't really matter for any type of other shipping. We have completely different way of assembling parcels, and it all depends obviously on the projects. For our internal plastic injection projects, we do have a system, just randomizer, which provide the packing list based on what is in stock currently, and if, you know, rotation stock. But in terms of external, we have absolutely no control over it. So like for instance heroes, we just got list from, we only send the full list of shipping to Green Logistics company, and they will just do the work of, you know, shipping out. Will we get the rules for battles before releasing of the minis, or how? We will do. It will be on playtests. We will have the closed beta and open the beta. So if you're interested in that one, please go to our Discord and make sure you stay on. Well, make sure you're part of our Discord group, at least for the heroes, at least for the Archon as a main channel. But soon we will have the channel open for the for the beta rules and such. Yeah. So best ways to get unpainted stuff in one pledge and Prismacast in another. I don't know. I'm not quite sure about that, because the first in line for production are the things which needs to be pre-painted anyway. So, and they are 2 different processes. Once we have injection, it will go on a pre-painting. So unpainted things will be the last one to produce anyway, so this means the stretch goals. So you're still gonna have to wait for your stretch goals. So in the same time, when we finish manufacturing all the stretch goals, we should have everything else pre-painted already on a shelf ready, waiting to be shipped. So it shouldn't affect really. Receive my Home 3 French big box. Appreciate that in 4 days. I'm really excited. Thanks for all the work. Thank you. I'll pass that one again to the team. I think there are a few team members here who are following. It was the crazy projects, by the way. I mean, very complex, very complex projects, and a huge pressure on us, because obviously the scale of the projects, the bigger the projects, the larger the bigger the projects, the bigger the pressure on us and on the team. Okay. Okay, I think I'm gonna be finishing for today. I already took 1 hour and 5 minutes of your time. If there is no more questions regarding the projects, regarding the stuff, we will be wrapping up. So thank you again for dialing in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following us. What else for the next week? Oh, no news on Master of Orion. No news on Master of Orion. We do have a bunch of things which were basically approved, but they're only graphics and nothing else. I would like to make some... We have now miniatures as well, so I would like to discuss a little bit about the miniatures, but I need to have those miniatures fully approved. And before that, I won't be able to show you, so we're just waiting for the materials to be approved to share with you. Yeah. So, what else? What else? I was late, but I was mentioning the Rocky Ledges add-on. Please go to a survey and make sure you fill in the survey. And yeah, fill in the survey and let us know what exactly you would like to see as the add-ons for the for once we open the... Already made it. Okay, that's great. That's great. We will read them. That's for sure. We will combine them into some data we can analyze, and then we will make a call and decision about it, what exactly will be in the pledge manager. 8.2 on a board game geek for home 3. You know what? 8.2 was exactly target I set to my team. Being totally realistic about the game, being totally realistic about for whom we designed the game, because the primary game needs to be designed for fans of Heroes 3. Right, and that's what we did. I think we did. The team executed this one very well. Now, not so much for people who never played Heroes or don't understand the IP, Heroes IP, and that's the biggest kind of... That was the biggest kind of problem, because I know for a fact, and you can see by the scores, some of the people like scoring 6, 7, because they don't know the IP. They never played the video game, so it's not game for them. Basically, it's definitely not the game for them. And I think it was a right call to do it that way, because we wanted to design the game for fans, not board game with not a random board game with the IP tag, right? It wasn't the idea, and I think the team executed this one very well. So 8.2 was the target. Let's hope it will stay 8.2. It will grow. It's great. It's always great if you grow higher than the that predicted. So yeah. This question: the Deus Ex books do not include the dragons and Tarask, despite them being in. Okay, we made like a decision that at some point when we're gonna be start releasing stuff for Deus Ex, the new stuff we're gonna be releasing for Deus Ex, it will also include a bits from the bestiary, or at least for the new miniatures we plan to do a in the box you will find like a leaflet with the bestiary stuff. So maybe we will go back to the dragons and Tarask, and we will add them at least as a PDF on our page and in the product as well, for the retail product. There was no option to name people who showed as the Caves campaign, or and well, we do have this data. We do have this data because we I believe the YouTubers, they had like a referral links, and we knew from which of the YouTuber which they joined to the campaign the traffic was coming from. So there was no need to actually ask this question again. From point of view of analyzing data. However, we kind of needed to know by the percentage how many of you have seen it on YouTube, or you find it via a different mean. So that was the reason for this question in the first place. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing about the live service. We need to go back to the live service. This is something I need to really use my executive power to force on people to actually start doing here, and assign the tasks for live service. And by live service, I mean the supporting all the games we have in the way that it doesn't require a customer to buy and spend money, like doing PDFs and free content or missions or expansions or such. That's the whole idea about the live service, and we do have power to do that. We do have work hours to do that, so I think shouldn't be any problem to get that ball up and running. I think yes, I think we're gonna have to run some survey, but don't quote me on that one. We still need to see whether GameFound will be able to facilitate that. It's already huge projects with massive number of selections, and we found out most selections are available to backers. It's more problematic later when we ship, because of whenever there's a mistake by the backer, we usually try to fix it, and it costs them money, always costs them money, even if the backer make a mistake, like he select everything, or you know, from the list, which is from one content instead of selecting sub contents. So we have to be careful with that one, otherwise we're gonna end up with, you know, lots of people not being happy because they missed the box to select the colors, and we're gonna send them differently, and they're gonna be complaining about it. And the other part of that one is we still need to make sure that we have the capacity to do all those different type of colors, because it will just double our warehouse size in terms of how much content we have to keep for each. Why is that? Because you have to think about this. When we open the pledge manager, maybe only 30% of people will close the pledge manager, reminding 90%, well, reminding 60% will close, or a few percent will close during next 3 to 6 months, and then that 6-7% will never close. But just going back, we will have to make sure that we have this stock for each of them, for each of the backers when they close the pledge manager, in order to actually ship it later. Otherwise, we're gonna have quite a lot of start and stops, you know. So if you have 2 colors for caves or 3 colors for caves, it means then I will have to have 3 different stocks with a quantity equal to the lowest or to the highest number, because I don't know what exactly people are going to be choosing before they close the pledge manager. And also the majority of the people closing the pledge manager actually towards the end of the due date, which is even more complicated, because we want to start shipping and we won't be able to start shipping because we have to go back again, check the numbers, and blah 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 blah. So it's really complex. It's really complex, and it might cost more money to actually do that than it's actually worth it with different colors at this stage. Okay. Thank you for your work and excellent communication. I really like those AMAs. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for supporting us. We will continue doing so. Doesn't matter about the scale of the company. If we grow, we're still gonna be doing it. If we shrink, we're still gonna be doing it. Hope not. So yeah, we're gonna be providing this info to you as much as possible. I would like to get more people into it, by the way. I would like to get more people to provide info. I don't mind to do that, but I would like my team also to get a little bit more engaged with the camera and with you. Have a good one, and I will see you in the couple of weeks' time. I will stay a few minutes, few seconds at least, because I've been told if I push this button down the bottom, I should have one screen, like a screen which says like we finishing, like something like that, but we not starting soon, but finishing soon. That'll be much better. Okay. Bye bye.